Hello and welcome to the World Builders Library. I'm Lewis Nichols, and it's been kind of a chaotic weekend. It snowed, finally. I got a pedicure, finally. But that turned a 2-hour shopping trip into 4, and I really had other stuff to do today. My active thumb drive is currently at the Lost and Found in Staples. By the way, if you're not getting pedicures, start. It's a cheap footsie massage. Just do it. Anywho, we now have an hour to knock out a 1,000-word script, and that's just to be a day behind going into the new week. Better get started. We're back on Jasaniwik, because why not? It's our station core, right? World building. Mostly geography today. This is our second video on the region, and we want to accomplish a few simple things. Number 1, this is another example of the 1,000-word method. This time, we're building on that first 1,000 words. That all still counts, but now we're zooming in and talking about just the Yoia area. This is the kind of work that you'll do if you know your party is spending a few sessions here. You want to know the political divisions and some of the narrowed down facts. After this, world building and session prep start to fuse together, and we might do some of that too. Second objective, this is a second phase regional world building exercise. It's the kind of stuff that you will see in the new Forgotten Realms books. It's not a lot of detail, just some bones to build the body of your campaign around. Your 1,000 words start now. We mentioned gnomes in passing early in the first video. These are 3 little towns. The smallest, only 200 population. The largest is 700. And then there's about another 1,000 rural gnomes surrounding the towns. This all makes for a stable population of around 2,000 to 2,500. They are democratic, with adults voting for sheriffs. These guys have the final say in their towns and surrounding area. However, it is open for debate who has the final authority around the villages, the sheriffs or Yoia federal forces. Luckily, disputes are rare and minor. Yoia itself is also a democracy, but with more restrictive voting. Essentially, you have to be able to pay a poll tax, but it's a little shady. In practice, the real power is a local monastic order. It isn't a particularly bad thing, though. They have some pretty benevolent traditions. Literacy, order, and compassion are all societal values pushed by the monks. The Church of the River God, a sun god, and a god of the hills are also important institutions around town. If all 3 of these and a few key individuals around town oppose the monks with a united front, they might be able to get their way on occasion, but that never really happens. Alright, we had a request. And as I've said many times, requests, comments, they give videos. So here we go. Let's get a little more detail on the Hema. These are, well, some people call them hippo heads, but don't do that to their faces, or, well, really at all. It's not nice. It's a slur. These guys are about 8,000 strong along this portion of the river. They are hippo-headed humanoids. Several of their villages are in the lands claimed by Yoia. They hold similar status to the gnomes in that they are self-governing. Culturally, they are fishers and supply food to the surrounding area. About 40% is not the traditional net fishing, but instead harvesting by fish mill. Some are quite sophisticated in design, built on stilts out near the deep water. They are creature-type humanoid, size medium, up to 8 feet tall. Speed is 35. They have a swim speed of 30. They don't have dark vision. Sorry guys, join the humans in the back. Their first species ability is long breath. Hema can hold their breath for a base of 20 minutes plus 1 minute per con bonus. They have the ability to charge. Hema can be dangerously fast on land. They can move on a bonus action a number of times per long rest equal to their proficiency bonus. If they move at least 50 feet in a turn and use the attack action, they may add a D10 damage to a successful attack. Thick hide. The Hema can use the resistance cantrip a number of times per pro bonus per long rest. Essentially, this is a way of saying that their thick hide gives them resistance to most damage types. Hema are important culturally. It is considered good luck to birth one of these blessed creatures into the world. Now, this is a little bit of a self-fulfilling prophecy, as the families are often given many gifts and privileges by neighbors and local institutions. Now, they are not forced into these enclaves, but many prefer to be among their own kind. And this, in and of itself, is another cultural trend throughout the river basin, that being a cultural push toward segregation. Micro topic number 5. Let's talk about the state of Jane. This state is currently one of the more successful in the area. Jane is an enlightened tyranny led by the remnants of a mature adventuring team. Local councils make up most laws and local decisions, while the fighting team oversees larger issues. They are heavily involved in the ongoing struggle against Sheket. But for the time being, that means ending the half a dozen current local conflicts along the Jaspora River. They have recently conquered the corrupted state of Cord. Now, relations are good between Jane and Yoia, and some rare trust has been found between these two. The way forward is unclear, as the reach of fiendish influences is currently unknown. A little bit about resources. Food is abundant throughout the basin. Mature forests, however, are practically non-existent, short of a few plantations taking the slow road and practicing forest management. Iron is mined in the Sarah Reed Hills. Silver south of the river. There are a few salt mines around, along with copper on the Indiramac River. If the Jaspora has a personality, it's angry and wild. It can be sailed, but only by relatively small ships, and then it's best to check the references of your captain and crew. It runs fast along many stretches, requiring experience to make the run. The mutative effects of the Umbra only made this worse, as it magically rose dangerous rocks in a number of locations. This theocratic state is separated from Yoia by nothing more than a few low hills. Before the Umbra, the two governments fought 3 wars in the last 10 years. They were all minor conflicts fought over the possession of iron deposits. Is best known for the Wizards College there, along with a non-governmental Paladonic order with a headquarters in their capital. Let's talk about some of the other blood species around. I mentioned it before, but this term refers locally, possibly canon now throughout my worlds, but anyway, it's uncommon Velito species born to Velito parents. There are independent groups of Goliath, Tieflings, Dragonborn, and other similar races all throughout my builds, and in this campaign world as well. However, in the Jasaniwik region, nearly all are born of human or elven parents. In the area around Yoia, there are fire giant Goliaths, despite the near legendary status of actual giants here. There are various Dragonborn as well, though dragons are also rare. Most residents of the basin will never see a giant or a dragon. Alright, I got time for one more. It's a good thing too, because it's getting late and Bart's mad because all the lights are still on. Let's do Tracy. Tracy is officially an ally and trading partner of Yoia. However, it is also the object of a shadow war against forces that would subvert its more peaceful traditions. A push to militarize for self-defense has turned into the desire to use that military. In several cases, this propaganda machine has been traced to demonic influence. Battles have been won, and some lost. The great danger in the common demon strategy of applied violence is the chance of their victories after their defeats. Collateral damage builds resentment, and even if the evil was vanquished, the foreign help still managed to burn down half the town. 1,000 words goes fast, but if the script was 2,000, I might have put it off completely. World building is an impossible task, my friends. Break it down into fun little manageable pieces and you will knock it out. Don't get discouraged at the size of the job because you're right, you're never going to finish. It's the fun of the journey. Now, next time we will probably get into a little bit more of the cultural side of it, maybe make up a few menus. We'll talk about important institutions, maybe some sports, the fantasy warfare side of it. We definitely need to talk about those obelisks more. Uh, in the meantime, you guys are all amazing people, and I'm glad that you stopped by. I have no idea what my holiday schedule is going to be, except that I will do my best to continue releasing Friday episodes. I hope that you all have a great rest of the day. Cheers.